Your parents get divorced, I believe, when you're in middle school,
Yep.
and you said it made you question everything.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, I think when your parents are struggling and you see them not treating each other very well, these are the people you go to for advice. And so as a little kid, you just think, I don't really agree with what they're doing here in this situation. So can I trust other advice that I'm getting? And so it makes you feel like, oh, I think I need to figure some of this out on my own, which is also probably really unhealthy. But, I think for some people that can bring them down. You can have a hard time with it. For me, it made me very focused on just having my shit together. Like when you're scared and you don't feel like you're in a stable situation, sometimes, and not for everybody, but for me, I thought, I have to create a stable situation. I need to understand what my job is going to be. I need to know how I'm going to make money. I need to take care of myself. And that doesn't mean that my parents weren't super nice. I mean, they were very supportive. They really believed I could do everything that I went on to do. And my dad would drive me to comedy clubs at night, and my mom got a job as a hostess at a comedy club when I was a kid. So they did these amazing things to support me. But I personally I really felt like I'm on my own. Even though I wasn't, but that's as a little kid, I thought.
And when they got divorced, you lived with your dad, your sister lived with your mom, your brother lived with your maternal grandparents. How difficult was that for the siblings to all be apart?
Well, it's just a weird thing. You don't know how weird it is till 10 years later or 15 years later. It doesn't even occur to you how everything just broke up.
And you didn't feel that at the time? Like,
well, I did, but I couldn't.
My...
I couldn't break it down for you. It just was what it was. And then years later, you're like, oh wow, the family unit really dispersed, and it affected all of us in major ways. But at the time, you just thought, I got homework. I gotta just deal with like junior high school or high school. But whatever that, stability or family unit was no longer there anymore.
How, if at all, do you think not being a good athlete when you were growing up impacted you?
Well, I think it impacted me in a big way because it was a daily humiliation. If you were picked last in gym class at school, well, that happened every day. So if they put you all up against a wall and said, I want that guy, I want that guy, I want that girl, I want that person, and you're just standing up against a fence, and then you're put in the worst position where the ball will never come to you during the game, or you're playing very little. As a kid, that happens from kindergarten to 12th grade. That's 13 years of being defined negatively and having to suffer that humiliation every single day.
How would it make you feel?
Well, it would make you feel terrible. And then for me, I thought, well, I guess this isn't how I'm going to stick out and have any self-esteem. I guess I need my own thing, because this thing that everyone's doing, I guess I'm not good at. Maybe I would have gotten good if I got to play, but in a way you don't really even get to play. So that probably led me to comedy in some respects, because I was looking to get noticed.